When you sell your product to them, never make it sound like you're tying them down. If you say, we have this kind of plan, but you must do it at this specific time in order to complete it, and the plan has no flexibility at all, this kind of plan is a source of pressure for Boo Boo. So what should we do? We need to give Boo Boo more flexibility. When you let them plan a program for Boo Boo, how can you help them achieve Boo Boo's goals step by step? You need to have a plan and tell them step by step what will happen next, what will be accomplished in the next step of the plan, and what will come out of it. The result that Boo Boo wants is a very clear goal and direction. Also, remember that the final decision is in Boo Boo's hands. You can't force them or rush them. If you keep rushing them, saying things like, hurry up, just go and sign this contract, Boo Boo will be very resistant because you haven't given them any space. What Boo Boo wants is autonomy, and you absolutely cannot force them. Understand? You can't pressure them. They need freedom, freedom of space, freedom of thought, and to be themselves. They need to be willing and do it of their own accord, believing that this is okay. Then they will continue to carry out this transaction. Do you understand? We need to control the pace at which we let Boo Boo make decisions. Alright, let's see if there are any of 𝐂𝐬𝐻's friends or your clients. Yes, so let's type 𝐂𝐬𝐻 on the screen. 𝐂𝐬𝐻 is very special. He's 100% a businessman, has high standards, and is very tasteful, right? The things he likes are unique. We call it excellence, something high-end. Very tasteful. So for us, on one hand, what's special is that we can really bring out the product. You should tell him more about the stories behind the brand. What really matters to him is, after buying this product, what kind of return or value he gets. That is a very important point to consider because this specific group of people naturally has a very clear sense of value when it comes to managing their money. Consequently, what they truly care about most is this. Exactly how much of a return can your specific product bring to them? Isn't that quite different? So, no matter how you talk to this group, if you tell them that this product will bring them even greater returns in the future, their ears will perk up and they'll start paying close attention. So what happens next? Then it becomes much easier for you to close the deal. So when you're talking to this group, nothing else really matters. The most important thing is to talk about whether it has taste and whether it brings returns. Alright? Okay, now let's take a look at friends of 𝐻𝐻. 𝐻𝐻 is the most unique and energetic little treasure. Do we have anyone who can type it out on the screen? Are there any friends of 𝐻𝐻 here? Yes, that's you, that's right. Do any of your clients belong to the 𝐻𝐻 group? So we say that 𝐻𝐻's clients are very special because they are extremely opinionated and energetic little treasures. Not only can you not pressure them, but you also have to really respect their ideas. They go by their feelings, and sometimes it's just a small detail that matters to them. If they feel comfortable, then everything is fine for them. So, whenever possible, you should ask 𝐻𝐻 more often, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this plan? It's quite interesting and different from other energetic clients. With others, you don't need to ask about their feelings. You just talk about whether the product is okay. But with 𝐻𝐻, you really need to ask them how they feel. When you ask them how they feel about this plan, they will genuinely use their feelings to tell you. They will probably have some opinions about the plan after you listen to how they feel. Please respect the fox, okay? Because they really trust their own intuition and they rely on a feeling to make a deal or a transaction. So, you see, 𝐻𝐻 is a very emotional person, so we have to understand that. We need to create a comfortable environment and give them space to experience what the product can bring to them. For them, it's all about having a sense of imagery, like they're really a personal energy companion, you know? So we should give them space, that's right, and then things will work out. Based on their feedback, their responses, and their personal feelings, We will know exactly how to effectively facilitate and manage this transaction. Alright, now let's see if any of you have friends who are Fafa types, or if your clients are Fafa types. Fafa types are quite interesting. They don't look at whether they themselves need it or not. Fafa types look at whether their family needs it, whether the people around them are doing well, whether their team is doing well. If they feel that something benefits everyone and can take care of all the people around them, then they become especially interested. There's one more thing, for example, when we sell an insurance plan to Fafa, it's actually very simple. You don't need to talk about returns, nor do you need to emphasize how great the product is. All you need to say is that this is your responsibility to your family. As soon as a Fafa type hears the word responsibility, they'll say, "Give it to me, I'll sign it." Because for Fafa types, the most important thing is their responsibility to the group and to the family. What they like and hope for most is to be able to take care of everyone around them. Isn't that special? So, when we are dealing with Fafa type clients, we especially focus on the sense of responsibility. On one hand, we put more emphasis on this aspect, and in this way, Fafa types will also feel very comfortable completing the transaction. Alright then, let's take a look at Momo type friends. Are there any Momo type friends here? Yes, type Momo on the screen, or if your client is a Momo type. When I meet Momo type friends, I'm really happy because Momos are very smart. The most important thing to give them is what is it? If this transaction can help them gain other opportunities, whether it's connections, money, if they feel it can expand their own territory or broaden their network, or if it brings not just money, but also reputation or even interpersonal relationships, then Momo feels. Whenever there is a potential opening for one more opportunity like this, Momo will certainly not let it slip through her fingers. Consequently, we need to clearly communicate and explain to Momo exactly what additional opportunities this specific transaction will provide for her in the long run. Do you understand? So what she wants is even more opportunities. Isn't that special? So, as we said, each of the personal energy companion has its own unique traits. In our iBommie personal energy companion analysis, in our free app, every day there's a tip from the Art of War, right? So today let me briefly talk about it. The Art of War, right? Actually, it already existed during our spring and autumn and warring states periods thousands of years ago. It is known as the world's earliest and very first military treatise. This military treatise is called The Art of War by Sun Tzu, which is world-renowned. It also includes the 36 stratagems, right? It's really impressive. Many leaders from various countries, even today, study and draw upon this Eastern wisdom. The Art of War by Sun Tzu serves as their reference for governing a country and even for the organization and operation of large corporations. They even refer to Sun Tzu's Art of War for their strategies and planning. At iBommie, we also draw on the wisdom of Sun Tzu's Art of War to analyze and discuss with everyone how we should strategize in our careers and in our lives every day. We hope to achieve what is described in the Art of War. Know yourself and know your enemy. And after 100 battles, never be defeated. We hope everyone can stand in an invincible position, all right? Great. So, let's use our app more often. This app, our iBlooming, is tailor-made for everyone. Each of you has one of the 9 unique iBommie traits, and within those, there are even more detailed distinctions. Every iBommie, every personality is unique and different from the others. That means everyone is different, and through this app, we can tell you your daily energy levels, give you daily suggestions, and as mentioned earlier, provide advice based on Sun Tzu's Art of War for your career, and even tips for love and relationships. There are also recommendations for flowers or foods for the day, and most importantly, suggestions on how you can boost your energy that day. There's also music with certain frequencies that can boost your energy. So, every day before you head out, you can take a moment to calm your mind and listen to a piece of music specially tailored to enhance your energy for that day. Maybe have a cup of tea before you leave the house. That way, you'll feel full of confidence for the day ahead, right? Also, through this app, we'll provide access to many renowned teachers from around the world. There's also a lot of content prepared by everyone, as well as many courses available within the app. We also use AI technology to recommend courses that are suitable for you each month. Of course, there are also some other features inside. There are also various detailed and more in-depth reports provided for everyone, and you can also purchase the reports you wish to understand more deeply within the app.